Many have been excited about the transition from analog to digital. But do you know that some do not know how to be included digitally, and this remains an obstacle to sustainable development?
We've seen traders from downtown Uganda. Yeah, I think Chikovo. Yeah, people at the end of the day carry money like 5 million shillings tucked in their socks, right, in their shoes. Yeah, because they are afraid somebody's going to hit them and run away with their money. But now, if such a trader, okay, is made aware about the services that are available and the different DFSPs that we have, they can easily deposit that money on their digital wallet. Okay, so they don't have to incur the risk of carrying around money from their workplace to their homes, right? Then the other thing, efficiency, right? It is very easy for you to understand if you use a mobile application, for example, mobile banking. You can easily understand how much balance is on your account, the transactional fees, okay? And then you also, at the end of the day, get notifications like you've debited your account by this much, or a certain transaction has happened on your account. So I think this gives the consumers of digital financial services trust and confidence in the providers.
Innocent Kawoya, CEO High People, shares more on the usage of digital financial services. However, the minimum viable product MVP must be impactful to the customer.
High People is keen to promote adoption and usage of secure digital financial services because of their vital role in promoting financial inclusion. Financial inclusion is seeing every single person, every single individual of the 7+ billion people in the world get transactional accounts and use them to make payments, to save money, to account for their incomes, and plan for their lives, their families, and everything that happens and lives in their lives. Whenever there are shocks like the pandemic, the COVID pandemic that came through, many people were so shocked to the extent that many died because of fear of failure to pay for bills. Many left their jobs or lost their jobs because they didn't know how to move or stay in an environment of uncertainty. But secure digital financial services come in handy. One, they help us easily plan our expenditure because we're keeping our money in digital rails where we can account for it and know how much it is any single time. Secondly, the digital financial services give us convenience. They enable us move our money seamlessly and affordably any day and any time. That way, some people wouldn't have died of COVID, for example. Someone needed to buy paracetamol, but we had no moving to send it to them, and they died because of that. Someone has told me over and over again that majority of the people that suffered from COVID in the UK were actually given paracetamol, yeah, as the first treatment. But many people couldn't afford it here, or they couldn't get it, and we couldn't send them money because we didn't have the right trails, the right digital financial services. So we are in the age of digitization where the UN is saying that internet is a human right, and we are saying interoperability is the way to scale adoption and designing and development of instant payment systems that allow for everyone to get included. As we speak today, digitization and mobile are the first thing we should think about as we seek to build an inclusive economy for Africa and Uganda as a country, and ensure that we build an economy that includes and benefits everyone.
So the MVP, first of all, is a learning vehicle, right? So you roll out your product with just basic features, but these features have to be good enough that a customer would want to engage, right? So when they're designing the MVPs, they have to make sure the user interfaces, first of all, are easy, okay, for the end user to understand, and then also interact with, right? So it all goes back to user experience. They have to have the end user or their customer in mind when they're designing the MVPs.
For building a better product, teams have been mentored on product management with reference of roadmaps elements.
When I take a product to market, introducing it. It goes through a growth stage, it goes through a maturity stage, and then decline. All products go through that. So when a product gets to decline stage is when they tell us to either re-engineer the product or innovate around it again, or sometimes we call it, in my world we call it sunsetting. Email works well, WhatsApp works well. Just look for a tool where they do not really need to click log in, because you're mostly asking busy people. Yeah, you want to be asking me to help you with testing. So if you come to ask me to test, you don't want me to be logging into an app or something. Okay, logging into something to get feedback. Okay, I can log into the app to actually do the testing, but if I want feedback from you, I don't need to log into something. It's important to ask them questions. They gave you feedback, right? But you can ask them more questions. For example, have you enjoyed using the app? Which features do you think are most important? Which features do you think we can add, okay, to our app too? Because they have their own way. You ask them because you wanted a different perspective. Yeah? We want a different perspective. We want to make our product better. All right. Then at the end, we need to write a final report. Now, I know I'm telling you to write too much, but our businesses are young. At some point, we need to raise funding. Okay? To raise funding means we have processes and systems. In that, even if you're 3 people, you need to have processes and systems in place.
The adoption of digital tools like data models and dedicated fintech API guides fintech developers on effective product solution development. Simon Kamia, a facilitator at the Women in Fintech Hackathon Season 2, rates participants on digital tools adoption.
I'm so happy and glad to really see that the teams are working out with the different tools that we've been able to share. They have good data models. They are able to demonstrate good working prototypes. And in fact, they are converting them into APKs and web links. Everything is very nice. When you have participants inquiring, okay, it shows that they are eager to learn and they are adopting. Some of them may have this as new, some of them may have gone through it, but the right way to have it as a model.
Some participants also shared their Day 4 experience of the hackathon.
My name is Mercy and I'm the team lead for School Pesa. And School Pesa is a USSD-based service that helps parents from low-privileged societies to save, pay, and also request for a loan from our system. So, like, we are considering parents who are earning daily, and at the end of that day, they can save something or even pay tuition for their children. It's not like, and then we are trying to help them pay for school fees in time. For example, like during this COVID period, students have not been going to school and parents have been making money. They are working every day and they are trying to get incomes. So we help them save so that when school resumes in February, they have something to give to the school. So we connect them to their school account and they just send the money straight to the school account. Yeah, so today we learned about MVP. It's like the blueprint of the product that you're showing that we are presenting tomorrow. So we shall actually show, like, if we dial a certain code, it will display School Pesa and what are the select options that a person or a customer should select. So the first option is save for fees. Then the second option is to pay fees. The third option is to check for your balance, and then the fourth option is to request for a loan. So a parent can click on any option and then they pay.
My name is Annette Nanyanzi. I'm the team lead of Green Shares. We're a social enterprise that links farmers to markets. We also provide a platform where everyone can farm. So you can farm as an investor in a trading farm or owning a digital farm. Yeah, there's been a lot of learning this Women for Fintech hackathon. The takeaway today is like there are different models we can use to integrate our financial services in the products we are developing.
Femia Sorishawa Aguma. I'm from Team Affinity, and we have created a solution called Agribid. We are solving a problem that farmers are facing with the marketplace. We need to create for them a space where they can compete equally for big markets. That includes export companies, beverage companies, and big restaurants. This will give farmers in villages an ability to continue sharing their produce online with available farmers. My take home today is communication. We have learned how to communicate between developer, between analysts, between marketing and everyone, so that we can be able to reach the end user. Also, we've learned how to make sure we know what the end user really needs while we develop for them.
The Women in Fintech Hackathon is sponsored by High People under its Include Everyone program in partnership with Mojaloop, Modest Box, Crosslake Tech and the Level 1 project. Rita Cabanyoro, Smart 24.